what's the relationship between meditation and enlightenment. Meditation means we are conditioning and tuning our mind. By meditate something, we are making some arrangement in the mind. By repeatedly doing something, repeatedly concentrate upon something, having some consciousness upon something, thereby we shaping our energy field. Our energy field is shaped through our meditation. So the shaping our energy field is meditation. But enlightenment is a different thing. Enlightenment is meant for liberation. Liberation is our natural state. Our natural state of mind is in the liberated state. Only because of our effort, we are shaping our mind. For example, we may have several kind of emotions. For all emotions comes unconsciously, and we know we have some emotion, and the emotion goes away naturally. But when we think we have some emotion, it is an expression of our consciousness. Actually, the consciousness in itself has no expression. Basically, consciousness is consciousness, but it has no expression. But when it comes into the form of emotion, then only we feel consciousness. Otherwise, we cannot feel consciousness. The consciousness itself is without any expression. But when it expressed in the form of emotions, then only we feel consciousness. Otherwise, we cannot feel consciousness. For example, our total body is sensitive. The entire body is sensitivity. But even though the total body is sensitive, we cannot feel the body. But if you touch here, the touch feeling alone we can feel. Otherwise, we cannot feel the body. For example, we have 10 fingers in our hand and 10 fingers in our leg. Can you feel all the 10 fingers one by one? Nobody can feel. If you want to feel any finger of your hand, you have to concentrate and vibrate. Then only you can feel the finger. Otherwise, you cannot feel anything. So only the expression alone we can feel. So in this way, the consciousness itself is unconscious. But only the emotional feeling, the emotion alone we can feel. But the emotion is it is the outcome of the consciousness. And all the emotions, that is known as manolaya. Manolaya means some shape, some particular shape. For example, anger is having a shape, sorrow is having a shape, happiness is having a shape. So in this way, getting a shape is it is known as a manolaya. And the natural state of consciousness is not manolaya. It is manonasa. Manonasa means without any shape. It cannot be considered this consciousness, this is consciousness, this is consciousness. We cannot have any shape. We cannot have any expression. So only the emotional part alone having some expression, the emotional part alone having some shape. So it is naturally we are having some shape. And in the natural course of our event, natural course of our living, our mind gets some shape. And that shape we name it as emotions. But this is natural happening. And we can create some artificially, we can shape our mind. So this artificially shaping of our mind is known as meditation. By meditation, we can shape our mind. We can create some consciousness. We can create some expression of consciousness, some bliss consciousness or some happiness. Anything you can create. But whatever you can create, it will go away from you. But for the time being, it will be nice. So all meditation is creating some energy field. And the energy field, when it is there, it will be nice. But we cannot retain it always. And very soon it will go away from us. And if it does not go away from you, it will destroy the health of the body itself. So it is good to go away from you very soon. So even though it is a bliss consciousness, even though it is a good energy field, it may be nice, but if it is, if you have more and more, it will destroy the health of the body itself, because our body cannot withstand any energy field more than for a period. If it is extended for more than a period, it will destroy the body itself. It will destroy the health of the body itself. For example, if you taste sugar, the sweetness is very nice. And if you take the sugar more and more, it will destroy the health. In the same way, whatever may be the feeling, good feeling, bad feeling, good emotion, bad emotions, whatever may be the emotions, if it comes and goes, there is no problem. And if it stays with us, it creates problem. So the liberation is the natural thing, and the enlightenment is that we have to give away all our manolaya, all our emotions. We are giving total. When we give total freedom to your emotions, all emotions will go away from you. When all emotions go away from you, just like a flowing river, that is known as liberation or enlightenment. And if you understand that we have nothing to do with our emotions, and if you are doing anything to create any emotions, all emotions come and go. That is our natural state. Our natural state is the liberation state. But actually, comparing with the enlightenment, liberation is the highest state. And the liberation is our natural state of our mind also. And we need not create liberation. Liberation is our natural state. And for that, the enlightenment gives way to the liberation. The enlightenment helps liberation. But meditation is, for the time being, as a preparatory stage, meditation is very good. And everybody must do meditation. And we have to understand what is meditation and what is beyond meditation. And when we understand meditation, we will not stay for a long time in meditation. So meditation is good in the beginning. It is just like a foundation. We can do meditation. But afterwards, meditation is not necessary. Because our natural state alone is the necessary thing. Actually, we are having the energy field each and every time. When we meet some situation, when we face some situation, we have some emotion naturally. And the emotions comes, if you are in a good situation, good emotion will come. If you are placed in a bad situation, bad emotion will come. But whatever come will go away very soon. But if you try to catch hold of something, if you try to remove some emotions from us, then there is a problem. But at the same time, if you are serious enough to create some energy field through meditation, and you will be protected for a certain period, and no adverse emotion will destroy you, no adverse emotion will disturb you, and you can create a energy field around you through your meditation. But this energy field will not last very long. For a certain period alone, it will protect you beyond. But at the same time, we need not protect ourselves, because naturally, whatever comes will go away naturally. We need not eliminate anything. We need not deal with any emotions. Whatever comes will go away naturally. So, if we understand, we have no work in the psychological world. The very understanding is known as understanding or enlightenment. So, this understanding helps liberation. So, other kind of understanding will not help liberation. So, this understanding alone helps liberation. But whatever helps liberation is known as enlightenment. But creating energy field is for the time being is good. But it is not a permanent solution. It will not give way to the liberation. So it is against liberation. So meditation or any energy field, any emotional, everything is against liberation. Liberation means the natural flowing. The natural flowing is a natural state. But if you create some energy field or create some energy emotion, and staying with the emotion or staying with the energy field is for the time being it will be nice, but it is not good. For example, if you taste some sweetness and our tongue always become sweet. Whenever we consume sugar or any sweet taste food, at once our tongue becomes sweet. But whenever we completed the food, the sweetness will also must go away from our tongue. So if the tongue is always retaining the sweetness with the tongue, it means the tongue becomes out of order. It is not in the order. So whenever it is in the order, whatever it must get anything and it must remove everything. So that is a natural flow of our life, natural flow of our psychological structure. And when we retain something, the retaining something alone is the problem. So the natural flow is the natural state, and that is alone is the highest state also. But when concerning the beginners may be interested upon some of their emotions, and they catch hold of some good emotion and struggle with the bad emotions, and they want to safeguard their life. And if they are not showing a proper way, they will entertain more struggle in the ordinary world. So to safeguard and separate the ordinary people, the meditation is a good thing. Thereby they can have a good emotions and they can good energy field and good feeling. Then everything helps to have some peaceful life. But afterwards, we have to give that peaceful life also. We have to give away whatever comes, it must flow. We may begin with meditation, but we have to go beyond meditation. And then only the natural flowing state will be there. But the natural flowing state is the healthy state of our mind. The retaining any taste is a disorderly state. So whatever we have the taste in the tongue, it must be ready to taste sweetness or bitter taste, whatever it may be. It must be ready to receive everything, but at the same time, it should not retain anything. The sweet is a nice thing, and I will always retain sweetness with me. It is not good. So, if we consider a tongue to be healthy, that it should not retain anything. So, the natural flowing state alone is the natural state. That is the real state. But if anything we have some in the name of emotion or feeling or anything, that is for the time being it may be nice. But at the same time, you have to, when you retain some good feeling, you have to retain some bad feeling also. The sorrow, fear also may enter. And you cannot know how to get rid of that. But when we are in the flowing state, whatever comes will flow from you. And we need not struggle with your feelings. So, concerning the flowing state, there is no difference between good feeling and bad feeling, good emotion and bad emotions. Whatever comes will flow away from you. But whenever you find something is necessary, we can adopt some emotion for the external use. But psychologically, emotion has no use. But if it is useful only to the external circumstances. For the external circumstances, you may use your emotion to deal with the situations. But if the circumstances does not need any emotion, then you need not take hold of adopt your emotion. And if you do not adopt your emotion, the emotion will go away from you. And you need not worry about the emotions. But if you are particular with any emotion, this is good, I will retain it. If this is bad, I will remove it. Then only that is the tendency of struggle. That is the psychological struggle. And if you give total freedom to our emotions, whatever come will go away naturally. So for that, meditation is only a beginning. And after that, we have to go beyond meditation. That is our natural state. Dhyana means meditation.
It's meditation, the same as
So meditation and dhyana is same. And meditation? So meditation means we are doing something. By doing something, we are creating some energy field. But liberation is not a creation. It is a natural state. Our mind, our psychological structure in the liberated state. So whatever comes will flow. And that is, we are not creating. We are not doing. It by its nature, the flowing is in the nature. It is a natural state. Then what you ask is in the context. I am unable to follow your accent. The accent is the problem. But beyond means we need not go beyond. Because you are not interested upon, because meditation means because actually the creation of emotion is the meditation. Each and every moment we are creating emotion. So each and every moment we are doing meditation in a different form. Sitting in a meditative posture is not at all, it is not only meditation, but we are doing meditation each and every moment. Thereby we are creating some energy field, we are creating some emotion each and every moment. So it is a kind of meditation. So here we are not willfully, voluntarily, consciously doing any meditation. It is a natural meditation is going on. But the meditation, we not give importance to the meditation. But for the time being, we may sit meditation and thereby creating some energy field. So for the time being, it is helpful. You will protect you and it will keep you in a good state. But keeping ourselves in a good state is for the time being alone, it is a good. But liberation is not a state. It is a flowing state. It cannot be a fixed state. So whatever comes will flow. Whatever comes will go. That is the natural state. So that is the highest state also. That is the liberation. That is the mukti, moksha, everything they are giving the name. And it is our natural state. We need not work for that. But unconsciously we are creating some emotions. We are creating some feelings. And each and every moment, for example, we are somebody misbehaved ourselves and we have some emotion of anger or fear or anything or sorrow. So the external situation may create some emotion within ourselves. It will have some reaction within ourselves. And through that reaction we have some emotion. And whatever may be, it will go away very soon. And we need not try to eliminate all emotions from us. And we need not protect ourselves with emotions. And if we artificially create some energy field around you, and you may be protected. When you are in the energy field, if anybody misbehaved you will not be anger. You will not get sorrow or anger. For the time being, you will be protected. But the protection will not be forever. For the time being, it will be helpful. But afterwards, you will be in the natural state. But in the natural state, actually the natural state is the highest state. And the temporary protection is for the time being, it may be helpful. But when you are in the flowing state, then whatever comes will flow away naturally. For example, if you write anything in the water, the next moment the writings will be go away. So in this way, whatever enters in you will flow away in the flowing structure of your psychological field. So you need not worry about that.
So you go beyond this technique, or
so if you not catch hold of anything, then the moment everything is going. You need not. There is no technique. You do not catch hold of anything. If you do not catch hold of anything, the flowing is naturally there. You need not do anything. For example, some vessel is there, and in the vessel we have some water, and when in the surface of the water we touch the water by your finger. So when we touch the water, some ripples will form, some circle will form. And how are you going to remove the circle? By erasing the circle. If you erase the circle in water, it will create more ripples. But if you leave it as it is, it will settle naturally. All ripples will settle naturally. You need not do anything. So in this way, when the water is flowing, when the river water is flowing, and we place our hand across the river, either saying stop or go, whatever you do, when you put your hand across the flowing water, the water will circle around your hand. So if it is circling in the clockwise, if you rotate your hand in the anti-clockwise, the circle will not go. When whatever you do, the circle will be there. So if you remove your hand, all circle will go away. You need not remove but the stretching of our hand within the flowing water alone is the creating of the circle. So we need not do anything. So psychologically, we have no work. Actually, physically we have every work. We have to do all our work. Every work is there in the physical world. But psychologically we have no work. But in this time, for the beginners, we may do meditation, japa, dhyana, anything we can do. Everything is helpful. But after that, we have to understand what is beyond the meditation, what is beyond our effort. Because afterwards, effort is not necessary. The natural state alone is helpful. And all things are only artificial. All things are only temporary. We are man-made. That is not natural. But the natural flow is only the natural thing. And in the nature, everything is all right. But for the beginners, everything is good. We can do meditation, whatever be the good practices. We can do all the practices of spiritual world. There are many practices. You can do whatever you like, you can do. But afterwards, we have to go to the natural state. The natural state alone is the good state. That alone is the highest state. For that, no work is necessary. We have to abandon all work. Psychologically, we have to put down all our work. But physically, we have to do. Till the end of our death, we have to do something in the world. We have to do the good thing in the world. But psychologically, we have to stop all the work. We have to leave our psychological world in the natural flow. For that, the understanding alone is enough. If you understand we have no work there, the very understanding will operate.